Hello, welcome to IT Expert YouTube video series. Today we are going to talk about SAFe Agile Certification. What is SAFe? Your customers expect instant gratification, from same-day package delivery to daily software updates for their self-parking car. And they do not have the patience to wait for your company to figure that out. Now is the time for your organization to adopt a smarter way of working. SAFe is your system to manage digital disruption. Exam details. SP SAFe Practitioner. Multiple choice questions. Multiple response questions require all correct answers to be selected as no partial credit is given. Introduction. SAFe 20%. Connect with SAFe and the SAFe configurations. Explain, learn the Agile Manifesto and SAFe principles. Identify Scrum, Kanban and extreme programming practices. Building an Agile team. 18%. Build your team. Explore the Scrum Master and Product Owner roles. Meet the teams and people on the Agile release train. Planning the iteration. 18%. Prepare the backlog. Plan the iteration. Purpose, process, result, commitment. Executing the PI. 20%. Plan together. Integrate and demonstrate together. Learn together. Executing the iteration. 24%. Visualization, the flow of the work. Measure the flow of the work. Build quality in. Continuously integrate, deploy and release. Control flow with meeting. Demo value. Retrospect and improve. SAFe benefits. Improve employee engagement. Faster time to market. Increase productivity. Improvement in quality. SAFe Big Picture. Agile SAFe Essential Configuration. Agile SAFe Large Configuration. Agile Portfolio Configuration. Agile Full Configuration. Essential SAFe. The Essential SAFe configuration is the heart of the framework and is the simplest starting point for implementation. It is the basic building block for all other SAFe configurations and describes the most critical elements that are required to realize the majority of the framework's benefits. The team and program levels form an organizational structure called the Agile Release Train ART, where Agile teams, key stakeholders, and other resources are dedicated to an important, ongoing solution mission. Portfolio SAFe. The Portfolio SAFe configuration helps to align portfolio execution to the enterprise strategy. Organized around the flow of value. Lean Agile budgeting empowers decision makers. Kanban system provides portfolio visibility and VIP limits. Enterprise architecture guides larger technology decisions. Objective metrics support governance and improvement. Value delivery via epics. Large Solution SAFe. Large Solution SAFe configuration is for developing the largest and most complex solutions that typically require multiple Agile release trains and suppliers, but do not require portfolio-level considerations. This is common for industries like aerospace, defense, automotive, etc. The solution train organizational construct of the large solution level helps enterprises that face the biggest challenges building large-scale, multidisciplinary software, hardware, and complex IT systems. Building these solutions requires additional roles, artifacts, events, and coordination. Full SAFe. The full SAFe configuration is the most comprehensive version of the framework. It supports enterprises that build and maintain large integrated solutions that require hundreds of people or more, and includes all levels of SAFe team, program, large solution, and portfolio. In largest enterprises, multiple instances of various SAFe configurations may be required. Agile SAFe Essential Configuration. Role. Product Owner PO, Scrum Master SM, Dev Team. Agile Large Configuration. Role. RTE Release Train Engineer, System Architect, Product Management plus Agile Team's Product Owner, Scrum Master, Dev Team. Agile SAFe Essential Configuration. Team Backlogs. Managed by Product Owner. Agile Large Configuration. Program Backlog. Managed by Product Manager. Agile Safe Values. Alignment. Built-in quality. Transparency. Program execution. Alignment. Simply put, alignment means that the whole organization has a vision of where it is going, and it is working to reach that goal. The whole company has a clear destination, and purposefully moves toward that destination. Alignment is necessary to get a business or organization to its desired goals or destination. This can only happen when the various subunits of a business work together as one. In other words, employees having a clear understanding of organizational goals with a carefully thought-out plan to achieve these goals is crucial in maintaining an aligned enterprise. Trained Agile teams can be of great influence in achieving this alignment, but strategic management and responsibility rests entirely on the shoulders of the enterprise. Think of a misaligned company like a vehicle whose parts have been juxtaposed. If a car engine is kept in the boot instead of its appropriate position, will the car move? I guess not. It does not matter if the passengers know their destination, there is no means of getting there. Alignment also means that all functional units of an organization, product development, marketing and sales, user research etc. are in line with the clearly set out goals and have pragmatic roadmaps to ensure they get there. Alignment does not encourage centralized organizational structures. On the contrary, decentralized organizational structures can benefit from this because with a high level of personal agency, value is being increasingly implemented across the board, leading to better decision-making processes. Built-in quality. Built-in quality ensures that every element and every increment of the solution reflects quality standards throughout the development lifecycle. This core value of SAFE makes sure that every developmental stage throughout the project lifecycle is up to par as far as quality is concerned. Quality is not checked at the end of the development process. Think about it as individual efforts that bring about a collective result. If quality is not checked at every stage of the development lifecycle, then it is pointless when you have a finished product. The result of not building quality leads to a slower pace and more reworking sessions. Built-in quality is also a prior condition for lean and flow, else, the business risks dealing with enormous amounts of inaccurate and unauthentic work. 5 aspects can be used as checklists for built-in quality. They are flow, architecture and design quality, code quality, system quality, and release quality. It is also worth knowing that as far as the size of the system goes, SAFE is obligatory for large operating systems. Transparency. Transparency is an essential ingredient of a healthy organization. This is not just because it leads to healthy relationships based on trust, which makes for happier and more productive team members. That is great, but it is a bonus. Building solutions is never an easy process. A lot of unforeseen circumstances here and there, or things just fail. If facts are hidden, speculations and assumptions become the basis of decision-making. This does not help anyone and it is not scalable. To ensure transparency, trust has to be built. This can only happen when both business and development are able to depend on each other's work ethic, especially when the hard days come. Trust is also a fundamental attribute of high-performing teams and healthy working environments. Program execution. It stems directly from the Agile Manifesto, which, among its other principles, states that working software is more important than comprehensive documentation. All this discourse on SAFE would not matter if teams are unable to implement and execute effectively. This is why SAFE does not focus only on systems but also on outcomes. Improving value efficiently and consistently can be arduous even for Agile teams because, as we earlier mentioned, developing solutions is not easy. This is why solutions trains are important, and also why execution begins at essential SAFE. The ability of solution trains influences the ability of value streams to provide value. Transparency, alignment, and built-in quality set a good foundation that is execution-centric. Inspect and adapt workshops are there for times when teams struggle. All these ensure better incremental value changes throughout the development lifecycle. SAFE Lean Agile principles. Apply systems thinking. The idea here is to gather a factual holistic view of the system being developed or enhanced, in order to ensure Principle 1 is met, in terms of maximizing its economic outcome. SAFE also recommends that to get this right, systems thinking should be applied not only to the systems being developed but also to the organization that is building the system. Take an economic view. Understanding key value streams within the business delivery framework is going to be of utmost importance to enable decision making that will have the least impact and deliver the most value to the customer. By doing so, we ensure that each value stream opens a broader economic framework. Assume variability, preserve options. In a true Agile fashion, keeping the enterprise design lightweight and evolving over various stages of product development will result in quicker adaptability or course correction with respect to a volatile market situation. Build incrementally with fast, integrated learning cycles. Keep your iterations short to allow time for improvements and customer feedback. Time to market is always a key aspect, and it does not hurt pondering regularly over the improvement actions with respect to cycle times of individual work packets. This enables faster integrated learning cycles, and the teams need to be coached on leveraging various tools that help with this. Base milestones on objective evaluation of working systems. The mindset to measure success correctly and quantitatively is achieved by adoption of early and continuous integration processes that can be applied iteration after iteration in a near production-like environment. Visualize and limit VIP, reduce batch sizes, and manage queue lengths. This is a pretty straightforward Kanban-ish practice right out of the Lean approach. Mentioned below are the 3 continuous flow enablers, as given in Scaled Agile. Visualize and limit the amount of work in progress VIP. This increases throughput and limits demand to actual capacity. Reduce the batch sizes of work to facilitate fast and more reliable flow. Manage queue lengths to reduce the wait times for new functionality. Apply cadence, synchronize with cross-domain planning. This principle lays importance to the means and methods of cadence synchronization that is needed to ensure multiple challenges are resolved amicably. A perfect combination of synchronizing in a cadenced manner is like an orchestra, which helps with the cross-domain planning orchestrated by an RTE, thus playing beautiful music to the ears of the stakeholders. Unlock the intrinsic motivation of knowledge workers. The development of more contextual knowledge and applying them across various domains will help with removing SME dependency and also cross-skilling teams widely. It also syncs up with today's hyper-competitive world where it is all about effective employee engagement. Decentralized decision-making. While some decisions that have long-lasting implications are best kept centralized, like providing a steer at an enterprise level of the tech stack adoption, the vast majority of the decisions below these need to be decentralized and left to the teams. This ensures one does not fall into the pit of a command and control hierarchy. Organize around value. Measuring business outcomes will help gain a competitive advantage, which is what business agility demands. Lean principles focus on delivering the maximum customer value in the shortest sustainable lead time, whilst providing the highest possible quality to the customer. Getting the right product out into the right market at the right time is absolutely critical. Economic view. Development expense, the cost of labor and materials required to implement a capability cycle time, the time to implement the capability lead time product cost, the manufacturing cost of goods sold and/or deployment and operational costs value, the economic worth of the capability to the business and the customer risk, the uncertainty of the solution technical or business success. When to use SAFe. SAFe for 5 to 12 teams. SAFe for a large product team. SAFe for a large enterprise. Scrum is for one team. Scrum is for a small product. Scrum deals will be small, co-located, cross-functional teams. SAFe deals with big, multi-geography teams. Scrum is adopted by the Agile teams. SAFe adopted by enterprises as a whole, not just a team. Extension of Scrum. Scrum. The middle management plays no role. SAFe. Program and portfolio management are 2 important tiers of SAFe. Scrum. The basic construct is the Scrum team. SAFe. The basic construct is the Agile release train. ART. Scrum. Scrum misses out on various essential aspects. SAFe. With SAFe, all possible features and aspects of an organization can be managed. Explain ART. Agile release train. The Agile release train ART is the primary value delivery construct in SAFe. The Agile Release Train is a long-lived, self-organizing team of Agile teams, a virtual organization 5 to 12 teams that plans, commits, and executes together. ARTs are organized around the enterprise's significant value streams. Live solely to realize the promise of that value by building solutions that deliver benefit to the end user. Hence, an ART is basically a team of teams responsible for the regular release of features and business benefits. All the teams of an ART are bound by a common vision, program backlog, and a roadmap. An Agile release train typically consists of 50 to 125 people. Key Agile team roles: Product Owner, Scrum Master, Development Team. Product Owner: Define product vision, define product roadmap, manage product backlog, prioritize stories for sprint, accept stories, maximize value. Scrum Owner: a servant leader, coach Agile Scrum concepts, empower teams, support product owner, educate business customers with. Release Train Engineer: a release train engineer (RTE) is a servant leader who facilitates program-level processes and execution, drives continuous development, manages risks and escalates impediments while also acting as a full-time chief scrum master for a scaled Agile framework SAFe. Development Team: these are the people who execute the project. They are autonomous, self-directed, and each has a unique set of skills that address the needs in the project and will work together with whole team. Cross-functional team: 3 to 9 members. Self-organize and self-discipline team. Define daily plan. Help each other. Improve sprint processes. ART events. Order of events. PI planning. Scrum of Scrum. PO sync. System demo. Prepare for PI planning. Inspect and adapt. PI planning. Program increment, or PI planning, is a multi-day event where all teams in an ART use the direction provided by business owners and product managers to plan the work for the next PI. System demo. In the system demo, the entire ART presents accomplishments to each other and any stakeholders. This event is an integrated demonstration of progress and the value of the work achieved across all the teams. Inspect and adapt. During this event, held at the end of each program increment PI, teams evaluate the current state of their planned work as well as the process used to get it there. What is a backlog? A backlog is a list of tasks required to support a larger strategic plan. For example, a product development context contains a prioritized list of items. The product team agrees to work on these projects next. Typical items on a product backlog include user stories, changes to existing functionality, and bug fixes. One key component that gives a backlog meaning is the prioritized items. Therefore, the items ranked highest on the list represent the team's most important or urgent items to complete. What is a product backlog? The product backlog contains every potential item under consideration for a product. The backlog runs the gamut from minor tweaks to major additions. Some of these backlog items end up on the docket for upcoming sprints, while others remain in the queue until more immediate priorities arise. Lastly, the rest are left untouched. This universal repository contains every possibility for what the product may add or change in the future. New ideas get added as feedback from the market, and customers continually roll in through various channels. What is sprint backlog? Product teams that use the Agile development framework divide their work into sprints. These are short development time blocks, usually a couple of weeks or a month, during which the team works on a limited set of tasks. When an Agile product team gets together to plan the work for its next sprint, the output of this sprint planning meeting will be the sprint backlog. Then the group will pull the items from this sprint backlog from the more extensive, more comprehensive product backlog. Sprint backlog consists of stories that team will work on the sprint. Stories are selected by product owner during sprint planning. Tasks are created by dev team during sprint planning. Product increment. After each sprint, team delivers features is known as product increment. During sprint demo, Product owners share the feature progress with the stakeholders and collect feedback. Only completed stories are included in product increment and sprint demo. Program board. Consist with milestone, features, and dependency. Product management has responsibility for the program backlog. Program board is created during program increment PI planning and updated on daily basis. Explain program backlog. The program backlog is a definitive and sole storehouse for all the forthcoming tasks. These tasks are expected to meet the objectives of the Agile release train. It basically encompasses future features meant for addressing the needs of users. It is also for delivering benefits to the business and the architectural features. These architectural features are needed for creating the architectural runway, which is essential to host the forthcoming feature backlog. What is architectural runway? The architectural runway consists of the existing code, components, and technical infrastructure needed to implement near-term features without excessive redesign and delay. Enabler architecture platform stories are needed to implement the functional stories. Epic versus feature versus story. Portfolio management focus on epic. One epic can have many features. Epic equal to big capability. Program management focus on features. One feature can have many stories. I equal to program increment. Agile team focus on story and task. One story can have many tasks. Story. As a customer, I want to search product so I can buy it. Who? What? Why? Independent. User stories should not be dependent on one another. Negotiable. Should leave space for discussion. Valuable. Must deliver value to the stakeholders. Estimable. You should be able to estimate the size and scope of a user story. Small. The user story should be small enough to easily plan and prioritize it. Testable. You should be able to test the results of development. Story should have points. Relative weight of complexity. Each story should deliver value to customer. SOS versus PO sync. SOS. Visibility into progress and impediments. PO sync. Visibility into progress, scope, and priority adjustments. SOS. Facilitated by RTE. PO sync. Facilitated by RTE or PM. SOS. Participants. Scrum Master, other selected team members, SMs if necessary. PO sync. Participants. PMS, POS, other stakeholders and SMs as necessary. SOS. Weekly or more frequently, 30-60 minutes. PO sync. Weekly or more frequently, 30-60 minutes. SOS. Time boxed and followed by a meet after. PO sync. Time boxed and followed by a meet after. Scrum of Scrum. Scrum of Scrum, where each Scrum team sends one representative or Scrum Master to this meeting. Once a week to discuss inter-team dependency, progress and issue. Led by Chief Scrum Master or RTE. What is Scrum of Scrums? Scrum of Scrums SOS refers to a technique that an organization uses to divide large groups into agile teams made up of 5 to 10 people. Every team chooses one member as their ambassador who participates in daily meetings with other ambassadors from the other team, referred to as Scrum of Scrums. I&A inspect and adapt. PI system demo with system integration. PI success measures quantitative numeric points and qualitative good better bad measurement. Problem-solving workshop or innovation work. Retrospective. Each sprint and Scrum team performs a retrospective, to improve sprint processes. Each PI and release teams perform inspect and adapt to improve the current PI process. Measure progress quantitative example numeric and qualitative example good. Problem solving. Cause and effect analysis is a technique that helps you identify all the likely causes of a problem. This means that you can find and fix the main cause, first time around, without the problem running on and on. Team brainstorm and define a clear problem statement and come up with few actions items to minimize the issue. Burn down chart shows how team progressing compare to baseline. It also provides forecasting date. Burn down chart auto-created as per the time log entries team makes in Jira software. Regular interval team review it and adjust their own pace to catch up. Team velocity. Velocity a euro in Agile terms means the average story points are completed by a team in one delivery cycle, typically a sprint. Initial period velocity may not be predictable. After 4 to 6 sprints, velocity is more stable. Velocity is measured at team level and cannot be compared among teams. Team capacity. Get the availability and time off for each person. For each person, subtract time off from net work hours, and multiply the result by his availability to get his individual capacity. Add up the individual capacities to get the team capacity in person hours, and divide by 8 to get the capacity in person days. Definition of done. The definition of done (DoD) is an agreement between team members. It is a Scrum artifact that helps while working in Agile ways. All team must agree with DoD definition. DoD can be updated with new learning. DoD improve overall product quality. PI System Demo. At the end of the PI, teams demonstrate the current state of the solution to the appropriate stakeholders. Often led by product management, POS, and the system teams. Attended by business owners, ART stakeholders, product management, RTE, Scrum Master and teams. System demo after every iteration. Working system with all incremental component delivery. Quality delivery at every sprint. Explain solution backlog. It is the place where capabilities and enablers go, each of which can include multiple architectures. And is meant to improve the solution and give the architecture runway. It is part of the solution management team and is the result of a continuous exploration, active collaboration and research activities with various internal and external stakeholders, such as business owners, product management teams, systems, end users, customers, and solutions architects, engineers, etc. Explain solution delivery roles. Systems engineer. Solution train engineer. Solution architect. Solution manager. Systems engineer. The systems engineer is similar to a business analyst but is focused on defining the vision and behavior for the overall system. That system might include hardware, embedded software, and related components. Solution train engineer. Facilitates solution processes and execution, escalates impediments, manages risk and helps ensure value delivery and continuous improvement. Solution architect. Responsible for the overall architectural and engineering design of the solution. Aligns the solution train and the Agile release trains to a common technological and architectural vision. Solution manager. Responsible for development and prioritization of the solution backlog. Works with stakeholders to understand their needs, creates the vision and roadmap, defines requirements and guides work through the solution Kanban. Portfolio management process. Step 1. Identifying the objectives. The first stage in portfolio management is identifying the objectives and limitations. It is in line with the financial plan. Note that the relative importance of the objectives should also be clearly defined at this stage. Step 2. Selection from the asset pool. The next step involves the identification of various assets that can be included in the portfolio. It can be a combination of different assets such as preference shares, bonds, equity shares, etc. The selection is made in accordance with the individual's risk tolerance and investment limit to spread the risk and minimize loss. Step 3. Formulation of the strategy. There are various types and strategies to manage a portfolio, like active, passive, rebalancing, and so on. The strategy is formulated depending on your investment horizon, invested capital, and risk appetite. Step 4. Security analysis. Security analysis is a method used to calculate the value of various assets and define the effect of market volatility on their value. It considers the price, possible returns on investment, associated risks, etc. Security analysis helps understand the nature and extent of the risk for any security in the market. There are various ways to perform security analysis, such as fundamental analysis and technical analysis. Step 5. Execution of the portfolio. It is considered one of the most crucial steps in portfolio management. At this stage, the execution takes place, i.e., the buying and selling of planned securities within the budget and time frame. Step 6. Revision of the portfolio. To evaluate the effectiveness of invested securities, a portfolio revision is necessary. It involves constantly monitoring and reviewing the securities according to the market condition. The revision of the portfolio also involves shifting from one stock to another or from one type of security to another. It is also one of the most important steps in portfolio management. Step 7. Performance evaluation. The evaluation of a portfolio is done over a selected period of time. It is a useful feedback loop that helps in enhancing the quality of the portfolio management process. Performance evaluation involves assessing the risks, return criteria, relative merits and demerits of the portfolio, etc. Step 8. Rebalancing the portfolio. After the evaluation over a certain period of time, rebalancing of the portfolio is done to maximize returns and minimize losses. It should be performed as often as required while keeping the primary objective in mind. What is a continuous delivery pipeline? The Continuous Delivery Pipeline (CDP) is a modern software strategy that chains together different stages of a software's development, including processes like automated builds, tests, and deployments. The CDP is composed of 4 phases. Continuous Exploration (CE), Continuous Integration (C), Continuous Deployment (CD), Release on Demand (ROD). Continuous Exploration (CE). As the term suggests, this stage revolves around exploration and design thinking, wherein the organization hypothesizes new ideas and solutions for their target customers. This is done through receiving and evaluating market research and customer feedback. At the CE stage, teams work to analyze and interpret the streams of data so that they can understand and decide on what is required to meet the needs of the market, whether it is a minimum viable product MVP or minimum marketable feature MMF. Here in CE, teams can look at the existing structures and solutions and evaluate what can, or should be adjusted and modified. It is also here where ideas for features and capabilities are explored and conceptualized. Finally, what happens next is these changes are then articulated and carefully prioritized in the program backlog. In simpler terms, this is where component small distributable and testable units of products are built and stored ready for testing. Continuous Integration (C). Once features or components are deposited into the program backlog, they are taken and implemented in the stage of continuous integration. It is at this point that refinement takes place through a staged environment. Here at C, various sets of tests and evaluations are executed to determine the robustness, stability, and quality of a product. If something fails, then it gets reported and sent back to the team for improvement, after which it then goes back to a series of tests and validations. Continuous Deployment (CD). Almost like a finish line, this part of the process is where the features changes are taken from C staging environment. After it has passed all the tests and now put into production. At this stage, the features or changes are monitored and evaluated once more to ensure their functionality and performance. This is another important step throughout the CDP because this is where the business decides on when to release the new feature or changes to customers. Release on Demand (ROD). The stage of release on demand is where businesses determine the best time and manner in which they will make the new feature or product accessible to customers. Either the update is released all at once or phase by phase depending on the market and business needs. It is here where businesses can carefully manage the degree of risk for each release. What is enterprise solution delivery? Most people understand enterprises as large companies with a significant and international presence. Usually, businesses of this scale have a more customized software requirement which sets them apart from small companies. In short, enterprise solutions can optimize productivity and business processes while improving the bottom line. Fortunately, some IT companies specialize in enterprise software development to cater to different sizes of enterprises. Thus, you will spend less time on insignificant features as a business because customized enterprise software has been tailored fit for you. What is Agile product delivery? It is a customer-centric approach to define, deploy, and release high-quality product services to the end users continuously. SAFe puts forward 7 core competencies for lean enterprises. Each of those competencies, along with development opportunities, is essential for any industry to reach proficiency and agility. What is team and technical agility? Agile teams are one of the undividable parts of agility. Organizations cannot build a strong structure for success only by updating and training the higher-level management for it. As higher management plays a critical role in any Agile organization, similarly Agile teams play a crucial role along with it by building a strong base for the organization. As quoted, "You cannot build a great building on a weak foundation." In agility, team Agile is a base of an organization. To create a strong and highly skilled Agile team, SAFe has team and technical agility as one of the 7 competencies. It defines the important skills, practices, and principles which teams use to make high-quality solutions for the customers. What is organization agility? In addition to mastering the previously described competencies, enterprises must be able to respond quickly to handle the challenges and opportunities that today rapidly changing markets present. This new reality demands more flexibility and adaptability than traditional hierarchical operating systems can provide. Again, the second and more flexible operating system comes to the rescue. SAFe helps businesses address these challenges with organizational agility. What is Lean Agile Leadership? An organization managers, executives, and other leaders provide the foundation for the adoption and success of Lean Agile development and mastery of the competencies that lead to business agility. Only leaders have the authority to change and continuously improve the systems that govern the performance of work. Only leaders can create an environment that fosters high-performing Agile teams by helping leaders develop along the 3 dimensions illustrated. Leading by example. By internalizing and modeling leaner ways of thinking and operating, leaders can help people learn from their example, coaching, and encouragement. Ways leaders can accomplish this include authenticity. Leaders exhibit professional and ethical behaviors, acting with honesty, integrity, and transparency. Such leaders are true to themselves and their beliefs. Emotional intelligence. Leaders identify and manage their emotions and those of others through self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Lifelong learning. Self-motivated leaders engage in the ongoing pursuit of knowledge and growth and encourage and support others to do the same. Growing others. Leaders offer their guidance and resources to help individuals assume increasing levels of responsibility and decision-making. Decentralized decision-making. Decision-making authority moves to the people closest to the information. Achieving this autonomy requires investing in technical competence and by providing organizational clarity via a simple, decision-making framework. What is Lean Portfolio Management? The 3 previously mentioned competencies provide the technical practices to build and deploy significant business solutions. But none of them address the larger issue of what solutions should be built and why. For that, we need to address portfolio concerns. However, traditional approaches to portfolio management were not designed to handle the impact of a global economy or digital disruption. These factors put pressure on enterprises to work under a higher degree of uncertainty and yet deliver innovative solutions much faster. Accordingly, portfolio management approaches must be modernized to support the new, lean agile way of working. Lean management. Value-driven process. Customer focus. Do only what customers are needed. Continuously improve the process. Element waste and working in progress VIP from the flow. Improve end-to-end process flow. Improve team capability. Have growth learning mindset. VIP. The concept of work in process IP, also called work in progress, comes from the world of lean manufacturing. In lean manufacturing, VIP is considered a form of inventory. The materials that are currently being worked. As such, it is actually considered waste because it ties up cash. That is right, VIP is waste. What is continuous learning culture? Even after mastering all the other competencies, principles and practices, enterprises will likely experience volatility as the norm. Startup companies are continuing to challenge the status quo, while tech giants like Amazon and Google are entering entirely new markets such as banking and Healthcare. The expectations of next-generation workers, customers, and society as a whole challenges companies to think and act beyond balance sheets and quarterly earnings reports. What are XP extreme programming practices? Key practices. Coding standards quality focus. Pair programming work together. Refactoring. Continuous integration build end-to-end and test it. Collective code ownership everyone own the code. Waterfall versus Agile. Waterfall. Plan-driven changes are not welcomed. Agile. Value-driven changes are welcomed. Waterfall. Deliver time in months. Agile. Deliver time in sprint few weeks. Waterfall. Customers are included only initial stage of the project. Agile. Customer included all the stages of the product development. Waterfall Challenges. Waterfall. Plan-driven changes are not welcomed. Deliver time in months. Customers are included only initial stage of the project. Challenges. Late delivery. No feedback loop. Lack of transparency. Multiple choice questions with answers. What is the benefit of having smaller batches sizes? A. To increase the holding cost. B. To reduce the transaction cost. C. To manage large project teams. D. To ensure a higher throughput with lower variability. Answer. D. What do burn-up charts show in the iteration progress? A. Planned versus actual. B. Delayed versus deferred. C. Estimated versus planned. D. Estimated versus technical debt. Answer. A. When is the system demo conducted during program execution? A. At the end of every iteration. B. When stories are completed. C. Just after the backing is refined. D. Upon request from stakeholders. Answer. A. The product owner is involved in which activity? A. Art sync. B. Scrum of scrums. C. Story estimation. D. Strategic theme definition. Answer. A. How should user stories be written? A. The system shall be given when then. C. As A. I want so that. D. If inputs then outputs. Answer. C. Which three elements make up a program board? ULPICs. B. Backlog. C. Features. D. Milestones. E. Capabilities. F. Dependencies. Answer.
C, D, F.
What is one benefit of normalized story point estimating? A. It provides a way to compare team performance. B. It provides a more accurate way to do work breakdown structures. C. It provides the economic basis for estimating within and across programs. D. It provides a way for management to do estimation without wasting the team's time. Answer. C. What is key concept behind Agile? A. Plan-driven. B. Large batches. C. Test at the end. D. Value and quality-driven. Answer. D. Frequently asked questions. How does decentralized decision-making fit into the SAFe model? The primary motivation behind this concept is to shorten the lead time, or in other words, the feedback process is faster because there is no delay in waiting for specific higher authority to respond. Note that the decision which have a far-reaching impact or those which are beyond the scope of certain teams will need the intervention of a higher authority. But by and large, the time-critical decisions are decentralized. What are the shared services? Does SAFe benefit from this in any way? Shared services consist of the people, services and specialty roles needed for an art to succeed, but which cannot be devoted full-time. Shared services can improve efficiency by actually assigning experts of an area of the system that requires unique knowledge, without looking for a full-time availability. What is the difference between Agile and SAFe framework? Agile is mindset, a philosophy, more like a way of thinking, a set of principles for actions that keep a software development team organized and efficient. It is a broad term that covers a number of frameworks like Scrum, Kanban, etc. On the contrary, SAFe is an acronym for the Scaled Agile Framework, which is an agile framework available for large-scale enterprise projects. It adds extra layers of communication and controls to allow people to use agile frameworks like Scrum with very large groups. Does SAFe follow agile architecture, or does it have its own model? One scaled agile framework, SAFe, is based on agile architecture, which applies to all the levels in SAFe. It is based on 9 immutable, underlying lean agile principles. 2. Take an economic view. 3. Apply system thinking. 4. Assume variability, preserve options. 5. Build incrementally with fast, integrated learning cycles. 6. Base milestones on the objectives evaluation of working systems. 7. Visualize and limit VIP, reduce batch sizes, manage queue length. 8. Apply cadence, synchronize with cross-domain planning. 9. Unlock the intrinsic motivation of knowledge workers. 10. Decentralize decision-making. What are the disadvantages of adopting SAFe? Although SAFe brings many benefits to the table, it also comes with its own drawbacks, like SAFe takes too much of a top-down approach, rather than a team-based approach. Heavily emphasizes the use of its particular practices and rules, without leaving much room for customization on the part of the organization. Additional layers of oversight, administration and coordination of SAFe make it resemble the waterfall approach that many teams are trying to leave behind. What is iteration review in SAFe? It is regularly occurring event where every team analyzes the increment at the end of every iteration, the standard fixed length time window. Accordingly modifies the team's backlog on the feedback of the stakeholders and the product owner. It gives the Agile teams a chance to showcase their work and for the stakeholders to monitor the progress. What is feature and what is capability? Both feature and capability are part of the artiface hierarchy defined by SAFe. A feature is a service that fulfills the requirement of a stakeholder. The two concepts of a feature are benefit hypothesis and acceptance criteria. A capability is similar to a feature but is a higher-level solution behavior that cuts across multiple arts. Thank you for watching this video. We provide hands-on training with labs, homework, group projects. Prepare you for the certification. Provide real projects. Internship opportunities. Support you in resume LinkedIn. Staffing support. Provide tech references. In-person online class. Class retake options and more. Call us at 847-350-9034 for your free career consultation meeting. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for the